Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Again, our theme this year is giving and empowerment is not a moment, it's a mission. And that's what we're going to be focusing on this year, even more in this pandemic, to make sure that we understand that we give back in our district. First of all, I want to express condolences, heartfelt condolences to the Aaron family. Hammer and Hank, I'm a baseball fan at heart. And so, you know, I watch baseball from little until now. I can't watch a full game. I wait to the World Series now to watch them. But baseball, I still have most of my baseball cards since 1974. And so I keep my cards and just sometimes I bring them out for nostalgia's sake or try to have them for my wife who try to throw my stuff in the garbage. So trying to get rid of all that, call it, you know, hoarding. But just to say, his first home was in District 3. I pass it all the time. Hammer and Hank, and it's a little nostalgia. A lot of the Braves players lived in Spring Valley because that was the only exit off I-20 when DeKalb was really, really a suburb. So a lot of Atlanta Braves players called that home. And so to see his house in our district and the history, I was really amazing. He was more than just a baseball player. He provided a civil rights icon. I remember back in 2000 or 1990s when Leanne Levitan was the CEO, we were trying to make DeKalb an all-American city. And I was still wondering how could a county be a city, but you know, Leanne knew how to twist the words. But Hank Aaron went with the group from the community to Mobile, Alabama to make the pitch to make DeKalb County an all-American city. So you'll see those signs around DeKalb, an all-American city sign. That was because Leanne Levitan, Hank Aaron, and they took many community members, paid for their trips to go to make the pitch on how DeKalb County is an all-American city. So thank you, Hammer and Hank, to your family. You also provided a scholarship to my nephew who goes to Fisk University, who plays basketball, ironically, but it was a baseball scholarship. And this is his last year at the college. So, and I had a chance to meet him at the Carter Center a couple of years ago with my nephew getting his award scholarship. So thank you. Appreciate that. Also want to thank the folks who participated. Commissioner Johnson talked about we were seeking solutions around drag racing. And a lot of folks are saying, why do we do a topic? I said, well, you do that topic like we talk about violence prevention. You always seek solutions in violence prevention, code enforcement. Even though those activities are illegal, you still want to find ways around prevention and intervention. So the dynamic panel, Commissioner Marita Davis Johnson, Senator Jones, our stellar resident, Ms. Bobby Sanford. We had Camaro Nation, want to get input from the car clubs because a lot of times they get a bad rap and don't understand the culture. So bringing those groups together. And if you read Senate Bill 10, it's listed. Emmanuel Jones is pushing the bill, is focusing on a lot of the activities and definition. Remember, the county can only operate based on the state laws. And so with the resolution that Commissioner Davis Johnson passed, it's going to enhance that bill. And we even found some citizens who talked about adding three-wheelers to the bill because you see a lot of drag racing with three-wheelers in our community that are happening. So that was great opportunity to be a part of that. And we appreciate everybody who participated. I also want to talk about, I went to a smorgasbord. I mean, they had turkey sausage, ham, eggs, bacon, grits, to the District 4 community breakfast meeting. And thank him for opportunities to share and to be a part of that meeting. The buffet spread and all of that was great. And so, Bradshaw, you throw a mean breakfast meeting, very informative. And just kidding, folks. We had a virtual breakfast, so you had to bring your own breakfast. And it was great. So appreciate that. We also hosted a coat drive that we did on the 17th. The goal was to give back, work with Councilwoman Archibald, and had Ted Terry throw in as well some coats. We gave out over 300 coats at that event. It was a great, amazing event to help out our families in our community. And we want to continue to do that to make sure that we're reaching out to help them as much as we can. Also, congratulating to Christ the Lord Church. They burned their mortgage. They paid off their church in the midst of a pandemic. Thank the great pastor over there for really pulling things together. Also, on the 30th, which is this Saturday at 3 p.m., we're going to have a community prayer event. We have about 12 to 15 churches. Pastors have asked me to come and be a part. We're going to be right in front of the Porter Sanford Performing Arts building where they're going to gather, socially distanced, of course, to pray for our nation, our county, our leaders, pray for COVID folks, survivors, as well as their families who have lost loved ones. So if you want to come on by, we'll be there at 3 p.m. on the 30th and be a part of that. Also, our Touch Point series will continue on the 2nd of February. We're going to have the great expert TJ Sigler who will present the DeKalb Budget 101 to talk about the budget, what's in the budget, and input from our citizens. So please be a part of 7:30, our Touch Point series on Tuesday to make that happen in our community. So with that being said, Mr. Presiding Officer, thank you for the time. And I want to thank the administration for also giving me some facts. I had a chance to present to President Biden's Economic Council of Advisors on what counties needed and made the case for DeKalb as well as the counties in the nation to make sure that we can have another relief package. We need that in our community as much as possible, working very hard to get that passed and to find a way that we can have funding for our businesses, as well as to provide stimulus for all of the folks, not only low income, but also middle income as well. People who make $75,000 and higher, you may not know it, but a lot of them are suffering as well. So we have to make sure we look out for folks because nobody caused the virus. It's happened, and a lot of families are impacted. So let's look out, provide food for our families, and make a difference. So thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.